Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Lifting Feeders 2020 fans puzzle lifts and more, and today I'm going to be showing you how to add floors to a Cortex lift. Now, Cortex is a completely different lift system to Cobalt Plus, because Cobalt, you just get these two scripts. Hang on, that's not what this is doing here. Piece of crap, Delios, excuse that. Anyway. But notice how Cobalt Plus has your script and your custom label. So yeah. However, if you look at a Cortex lift, if you get a Cortex model, look closely at the scripts. Notice there's only one script there. There's a loader script and a settings script. And as you can see, the scripts are completely different to each other. As you can see, I mean, they're not in the slightest bit similar. So here's the settings for Cobalt. As you can see, quite simple. Cobalt is more realistic than Cortex. And Cortex. This is a Cortex. Notice how the scripts are completely different. Well, because Cortex is a different operating system, it requires a different way of adding floors. So I'll show you how to add floors to a Cortex. So what you must do, so to add floors to a Cortex, you need to go to the floors section here. So the bit I've got highlighted now, you need to go to that. So go to the floors section on Cortex, and what you do is you select the middle floor and then move it up to here where 3 is, rename that, and then you're going to rename that to level 3. So anyway, there you go. You change that to F3. You can click on it. You have to use F2 key on your keyboard, or just click on the rename button by right clicking on it. So I'm going to change that to floor 3. And now what you do, so yeah, that's floor 3. And now what you must do is you must add your floor to the Cortex. So Cortex, you can have as many floors as you want. You can also have minus floors as well. With the old Technic lifts that used to be around, you couldn't actually do minus floors, but unless you can. Anyway, what you do now, change that to floor 4, and then voila. Now you notice something real quick. Notice how the shaft does not connect like a Cobalt does. When I add a floor to a Cobalt, it includes a whole new floor, including the shaft, the rails and stuff like that. However, on this Cortex here, some Cobalts have this as well, like Nicholas Lifts Limiteds. I like this as well. What you have to do is you go to the shaft wall, and you have to make the the shaft wall bigger. So you need to make it bigger, because if you don't make it bigger, it will not work properly, and it might collide. And it will look, and if it does not collide, it will look unrealistic. So you don't want to do that. What you do, remove this piece up here, which is the roof. Make sure you highlighted this piece. Make sure move it up there. And what you do is then you move these walls here. Now these brick walls here don't actually affect the performance. So if you modify these, but just this bit will though, the top ceiling bit will. But if you just don't bother changing the bricks, then it's fine. However, just to make it look nicer, I will do that anyway. So what you do now, and we gotta look for the gotta look for the roof of this piece now. Aha! I have now highlighted the cortex. Also wall. I thought I highlighted in the wall then for a second, but no. And there we are. Simple as easy, really easy this is, guys. Trust me, it's really easy to do this. I mean, Cortex is a bit harder, but it's still possible. It's not as easy as Cobalt to do, I'll tell you that for a fact, though. Cobalt Plus is a lot easier to do. But like I said before, it is still possible. You can, as floors, do it. Now I just want to resize these walls. Just make sure they go to the top of the shaft. Despite some people saying Cortex is more realistic, I personally disagree with that because I think that Cobalt Plus is actually more realistic. But opinions. Well, what you're doing now is you get. Let's make sure it's visible there. There you go. And what you need to do now is you take this wall, do the exact same thing, and then you got to do this wall. Now you might have to make some modifications to the rails. I'm not going to do it in this video, but it should work anyways without them. Anyway, what you do, make sure that's the size there. And now, just like a Cobalt Plus lift, you need to move the motor up to the top of the shaft. And now, what you're going to do is you're just going to move up to the shaft. However, with a Cobalt, because the motor has not got its like own little box around it, it won't move the whole motor up together. You have to move it up. You just move the motor part of it up. As you can see though, you have moved up the motor, so there you go. Now what you need to do is you move the counterweight up. So on Cobalt Plus lifts, the counterweight is called weight. It's just called weight. But on Cortex it's called the real name, which is counterweight. So what you need to do, move the counterweight up, move it up to the top of the shaft. Because if you don't, it will glitch. So yeah, and now what you need to do, finally, you need to go to the cab of the lift. So you click on this. So what you need to do now, go to car. See this here? You need to get this, and move it up there. And there you go. And now you need to rename it to floor 4. Right, so there you go. And now it is time to test. If the buttons are a bit off center, it doesn't matter, but you can center them anyway. Anyway, now we're going to test this lift, so we're going to make sure it works. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's hope it works. Here we go. I don't see any reason why it won't work, but I'm sure it will. Anyway, it's loading slowly. It says it's not responding, but it is responding, because you can see there, because it's just loaded. Just turn my light on a bit, because it's quite dark in here. There's the light switch. There it is. Now I can see what I'm doing. Hope the light on it so that you can't really see the backlight. But who cares? Anyway. Oh crap. I'm officially on the I spawned on the end of the map, which is a really bad place to spawn. Which is the spawn location. Right, now let's try, and while I wait for that, I'll just chill for a second. It's going to load any second now. There we go. And it crashes for a few seconds and it loads. That's something that Roblox Studio does on Windows. It will crash for a few seconds. It will like freeze for a few seconds and it will work again. Anyway, it even does that when you're like moving models and stuff. It does it a lot. Roblox Studio. I just wish that Roblox would fix the crashing issue on Studio. It's annoying for developers like me. Anyway, now you're going to test the Cortex. So click on the button. So far so good. And you can see I'll click the button, go up to 4. Let's test it. So the will it indicate a display 4? Will it indicate a display 4? Yeah, so far it's working. As you can see, you don't need the rails really, but yeah, as you can see, it does pre-doors, this lift does. And look, it's displaying 4 on the indicator, so that means we have successfully wired up this lift. So that's how you add floors to a Cortex lift, guys. It's quite simple, but not as easy as Cobalt Plus. Now, this panel's not really ideal for more 5 floors. This lift sounds like a Mitsubishi Ocean, the M series this lift does. Let's see what the alarm's going to say. Anyway, we'll just take it up for one more ride, just to make sure it works, just to clarify things. So, yeah. Just pre-doors. And now I'll take it back down to 1. So yeah, that's you successfully added a floor to your Cortex lift. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video of how to add floors to a Cortex lift. It's not really long, a short video. It's quite long actually. Anyway, just pre-doors. Anyway, that's how you add floors to a Cortex lift. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow and have a great day.